Hey everyone, just want to stop by real quick with this podcast starts and say you should like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on all my social medias at John D. Clouser, let us say name as a name that you subscribe to on this YouTube channel. So enjoy this clip, and I'll see you guys on the other side.
Love you, baby. Lyndon, you're the girl I want to marry and want to be with for the rest of my life. Forever, baby. Mwah. I love you.
Welcome to The John Show with your host, John Doogie Clouser.
All right. What's going on, everyone? How are you? We are here on a new episode of the Juan Solo Show, episode 140. And it's me, your host, Juan D. Clouser, John D. Clouser, whichever one you prefer. Like I said, we are here in the hub doing a podcast. What's so funny is when I'm walking up, when I'm doing all this, to you guys hear sounds. Like you hear like the theme song. To me, it's like there's no sound at all. And that's what's so funny. Is I remember being a little kid, and going and seeing movies and being so because it was magic to me. It was like it came off like magic. I never understood. I didn't get it. How are you getting all these things sound people? Because I thought the people in the movies, that was real life. I thought that was their real life, and somehow we recorded it. Like we watched. I'm so incredibly stupid, but that's how I thought. I was like, oh dude, this is how we're recording somebody's life, like right now, like what the hell, this is crazy. Never understanding, there's that level of disconnect. You're a little kid, I'm what, 5, 6, 7. You barely know what the hell's going on. You can barely keep your head up straight, let alone try to understand the grasping of it, something that was made for adults. So it is what it is. So, but yeah, it's just one of those things. So to you guys don't hear, or to me, I don't hear any sound. Hold on. You guys can probably see absolutely no difference of what I just did. I tilted a light from here to here. And yeah, so we're, but yeah, what was I saying about the thing? How that this see, I shouldn't have ever done that. But yeah, so what's up? Yeah, filmmaking, kind of weird, kind of crazy. Just this happened to me the other night. I was talking to someone. I was going into this thing about Beyonce. Granted, I was six of these Bud Ices, and that's the thing. People always are John, I can't believe you drink this. It's I'm just drinking a Budweiser. I'm literally just drinking Budweiser. And how can you drink Budweiser? I'm because Budweiser is just a simple beer. There's nothing crazy. To me, all of them kind of taste the same. Yeah, of course, a Kona, that tastes a little different. All those IPAs are awful. I don't like drinking IPAs. Those I remember when those were such a big thing in LA. People would drink. I'm like, this is like drinking a pile of pine cones. It's this is not enjoyable. Nothing about this is enjoyable. Then when you throw it up after 6 beers, because you're gonna throw that one up. You're gonna throw up 6 beers of IPAs. You can't. I don't understand how people can just drink that shit. It's do you not enjoy? To me, that seems like you don't enjoy. You enjoy life a lot less than I enjoy my life. Because you're well, how you can drink a Bud Ice? I'm because it doesn't. It's $4.50 for 6-pack, and it's 5.9, no 5.5. I'm just okay, cool. I'll just drink this, and I'm just drinking Budweiser. I'm just drinking Budweiser that has a little bit more alcohol content, because I believe how it is when it's cold, there's a layer of ice, and so they just leave that ice and they let it melt, and so it has alcohol in it, and so that's usually when it has a higher alcohol content than just a beer. It's a little ghetto. I feel I can say that because I'm brown. It's I could say. It's so crazy, that stuff too. It's just the things I can get away with saying. And even that, but even sometimes it's so funny. But I feel we're kind of we're on the back 9 of all that bullshit. And it's not even bullshit. It was like, it was needed that we had to be able to understand each other. This whole podcast is so fucked up. I have no idea what I'm talking about. And yeah, that. But like, we're not. I feel like, because I really thought that the whole COVID thing would make us less sensitive. I thought we would be less sensitive, but I think we kind of came out of it still pretty sensitive. And like 2 years later, it's been almost 2 years, almost 3 years. Yeah, it'll be 2 years. It'll be like in what? It will be like February. I think that's when it was. What, God, was that when it was? Man, that was crazy. I remember I was in a film office when that happened. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. I'm like, well, thank God I still have a job. And then boom, they're like, well, we can't. Yeah, you won't. Yeah, we don't have a job. And then I just like, all right, well, I'll just get another job and I'll just do that. And then that job provided health care. And then the film job came back for a little bit. And they're like, we can pay you, but we're going to pay you half price. I'm like, nope, I'm not good. Because I was already getting paid peanuts. Barely enough to survive. So, like, I'm like, no, I'm good. I feel like because I still sit on the same little, what would you call it? A little seat? That little metal seat? I don't know. Not a bench. A stool? That's the word I was looking for. A stool. But I bent the legs on it, so like it sits at a kilkered angle. So like sometimes when like I do my picture, it looks like I'm tilted, and it's just because like I'm literally sitting on something that's tilted. So like even though I'm like standing straight up, I still look off. So it's like I have to counter it sometimes. It's like, hey, John, you gotta hold your right shoulder down, your left shoulder up a little bit, so you look even. So. And people are like, why don't you just get another one? Because the other one I have is missing a screw that I need to replace. And so it kind of rocks a little bit. And I'm like, I just don't want to sit on something that rocks. So I'd rather have something that's bent versus something that rocks because it's missing a screw. So this is where I'm at in my life. But yeah. So, interesting thing. So, today I learned, again, funny thing. There is the Wisconsin volleyball team. I guess they won some game or something like that. And I don't know why they did this, but they posted a picture of them topless. They flashing the camera. The Big 12 champs, 2021. I guess this was last year. But, yeah. I'm looking at the picture right now, and it's like they're just showing, like, they're just flashing their tits and shit in a picture. And I'm thinking that it's not going to get, like, people aren't going to find out about this. But I thought it was hilarious. I thought that was funny. Oh, but the thing I was going to show you, or the thing I wanted to do a little bit more research, because I didn't do very much research, was that apparently in Michigan, this makes sense because Michigan, I listen to a lot of Dog Man podcast, which I'm not proud of, but I do it. This is just part of my life. And from watching them, there's a lot of these stories that happen in like northern Michigan, northern eastern Michigan. And I guess I get a lot of wilderness, I'm assuming. I don't know. I guess Michigan is pretty flat. I don't know. I've honestly never been to Michigan, which I should Google like what Michigan's known for. But so in Michigan, there's a lot of these dogman stories, which is like a half man, half dog, kind of like like the werewolf, like a werewolf. The best thing I describe it as, if you've seen the movie, was it Resident Evil? Was it Resident Evil? Where like those dog creatures, those black dog things, that's kind of what it is. Or if you saw like Van Helsing, I think there was one where there's like a werewolf kind of creature. That's kind of what a dog man is. Some of the stories are actually kind of funny. I don't believe any of it. I think it's all funny just to listen to these stories of these people. And it's like some of them are like, that's like a weird there's weird descriptions that people use, and I just it's just like they're not needed. They're just like fluff, like things that you don't need to add that doesn't have anything. But then when you ask them about like a certain thing about how they're like, oh, I saw this dog man, but then you ask them like about the like what do the hands look like, and they go, I don't know. I'm like, but you're able to describe like the face and the back and the hair, but you can't describe the hands. It's like how I don't know. Granted, like maybe if you really did see a dog man, if there really is a such thing, maybe there you can only be able to it's probably like you just remember like little flashes of things. I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, there's a lot of Dogman stuff and a lot of like supernatural things. There's like a Mothman in New Jersey. That's the thing. But they also have like they have something there that's kind of like that. Where you get like the New Jersey Devils for the hockey team. That's because that comes from a myth of a literally a half man, half. It's like a gargoyle. Like have you ever watched the Gargoyle like animated show? How they look like humans. They have like human arms and legs, and they have like these wings. Basically, that's what like the New Jersey Devil is. It's like that, but lives in the woods. Again, funny stories to tell, but like it was one of those things like I would have to see. Same as you with UFOs. I want to believe in UFOs. Really do. I really want to I really want to believe that these things are real. But it's like, I just got to see it. Just have to see it. And sometimes I'll look up in the sky. I'm like, oh, is that something? Is that something? And it's usually just nothing. It's usually just a star or it's a fucking airplane, which is fine. Fine. But it's like, damn, man. Like, come on. Like, I just wish it was. But in Michigan, I guess it's hunting unicorns is a legal thing to do. Lake Superior State University in Michigan offers a unicorn hunting license. Oh, okay. I think seems more like a joke now. The chief of the unicorn hunters was one quote said, wow, my little thing's going off. The pursuit of the unicorn is a lonely quest. We wish them all nothing but good luck. Interesting. How does Michigan have unicorn questing license are currently free of charge? To apply for a unicorn questing license of your own or to read up on the unicorn questing, visit www.issu.edu. Okay, we're good on this. This is kind of stupid. All right, well, I feel dumb because I was expecting that to actually have like some real merit to it, but that had nothing. But that's what you do. Because I just heard that today, because we do trivia shit at my job, and that was one of the things I was like, what? And then I Googled it, and I didn't do any much research. I just like saw that one thing, and I didn't do any more. Until I was like, I'll wait until on the podcast. So if I bomb, I'll have something to talk about on the podcast. If I do good, then we can just talk about it for a while. But either one, it is what it is. Bud Ice, it tastes just like Budweiser, but it has a little bit more alcohol content. It's more like a malt. Not even like a malt. It just tastes like a beer. I don't understand like why people don't like drinking stuff like this. It's much better than those stupid IPAs or any of like. The only other thing is like, you know what a really good beer is? Samuel Adams. I don't give a fuck who you are, but those are a solid fucking beer. Just a standard like their lager. Not bad. Not a bad fucking beer. It really isn't that bad. Kind of lesbians. But it is what it is. So what else did I Google this week that was interesting? Frank Clark is going to be suspended for 2 games. Had a weapon in a car. I think that's what it was. And so that he violated a conduct policy that you can't do that kind of stuff. You can't get arrested during the season and then especially like if you have like a gun charge like that. I think it also happened to actually it happened to another player too. It might have been Frank Clark too. That guy, because he was in LA and he got arrested for having guns, because I don't think you can have guns. You can't have guns within the city limits of LA. But I remember there was one gun shop in all of Los Angeles, and I used to drive by it all the time going to school. But yeah, that's fucking stupid. It's just like, guys, you have like 20 weeks. 20 weeks plus okay, let's say 30 weeks out of I guess that's a decent job. Out of what, 52? How many weeks are in a year? Hey Siri, how many weeks are in a year? 52. So I say like 25 to 30, right? Because like if you make it to the playoffs, Super Bowl. But you're getting paid you're getting paid so much money though for I'm not saying what you do isn't hard, because what you do is very hard, but in the stint of it is like, you just focus on football. Don't focus on not getting hurt. Focus on like just that. Why do you have guns in your car? Granted, this is coming from someone who hasn't dealt with that situation and all that stuff. So it's like, yeah. So, but it's like, good God, like it's just, you would think that you just want to be chill. You think you just want to focus on football during the time that you can play football during a season. And then once the season's over, you can do what the fuck you want, even though you shouldn't want to get in trouble, but you have the ability to do whatever you want because you're on the off season and there's no games being played. You just work out and then again, don't get hurt. So, because you're set by, your rookie contract is 3 years, and then after that you get signed for another contract, and then you play that. It's just, you have this time period, and so like, why would you just not focus on that to make sure you can, get as much money as you can? Because like, the thing is, what's so funny is like, football's the most has the most contact, but it has the least amount of guaranteed money out of all the sports. It's funny. So like, you have a contract for $100 million, but it's only going to be it can only be guaranteed like maybe like 75. So you have to gain like the extra $25 million in incentives and things like that. So, but what's so crazy is like your contract. So you might be like every year you get paid $20 million. So within the regular season, you're going to get paid that $20 million plus, your taxes and like that. But isn't that crazy? That's insane that you're getting thrown so much money at one time, like, and you get paid. So I think you get paid on Monday or Tuesday if you play Monday Night Football or something like that. So it's like you get paid the day after your game. So it just like, it's like a direct deposit right into your account. It's crazy. It's a very interesting thing. If you think about it, it's like such an odd, but you don't get paid off on the off season. You only get paid during season, and like, that, and like, so it's like your 20 million they divide that by per game, and like per game you play, you get that X amount of money. So that's usually why you have to play. So if you don't play, then you might miss out on that X amount of money you get on the thing. So all that, it's just, it's an insane thing. And it's very, 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 very crazy. So, fun sport. Fun sport. I don't know. There's really not much. I don't know why I looked up like snapping turtles. The alligator snapping turtle, and it is about as old as a dinosaur. I don't know. I looked at it like, because I was like, I saw this video of a snapping turtle. And, you've seen regular turtles. It's like, what happened? What happened? Like, where in, like, the line of evolution did the turtle realize, like, hey, if I just get a snout and I, grow claws and, I have, like, a tail. And usually those things happen because there's lack of food in the area. So when that happens, like, a lot of creatures tend to, just because of evolution, tend to go more of the animal thing versus like the mindset. It has to go primal. Because like pigs, for example, like if you have a pig that gets like loose, it takes months, like maybe I think like a month before, a couple weeks, the hair changes. The snout gets longer because it has to be able to smell better. Then like it changes. It completely changes, and it grows tusks too. So that's the reason I like because all pigs are the same. So a razorback is the exact same as like a pork belly pig versus like just a pig, like a pink pig. It's all the same. They're all the same creature. It's just that based on how wild they are, it's going to dictate how much hair and how crazy and how much like their tusks and stuff are going to grow. It's insane because they use their nose and their face to rut and shit. So like their tusks are there for as a tool. It's fun stuff. But I was thinking, I'm like, where was the evolutionary line that occurred where an alligator, you got a turtle, then an alligator snapping turtle? Because it like then they're like, it's part of they're little alligators pretty much that has a shell. It's almost not even the same. It's the same thing as a turtle, but it's like an offset of a turtle and an alligator. That's basically what snapping turtles are. Weird. At least that's what and I'm probably someone's like, if no one's listening to this, but someone, if they ever do, they're like, what is he talking about? But yeah, because the current like theory, turtles evolved with Archosaurus crocodile-like animals over the span of time. The earliest turtle fossils show animals with interlocking plates that eventually evolved into a complete shell. The alligator snapping turtle evolved over the past few million years, exclusively in North America. I just think it's so fucking fascinating. I think things like that are weird. It's just so weird. It's so weird to see how the world, like, it just like was like one little thing happened and then like, oh shit. So it's like evolution was like, well, we can either just not do anything and die out or try to evolve. And so then like these turtles turned and they have claws and they have like snaps and like their tail's long and pointed. It's just an insane way of, that's just weird. It's cool. Is it John, or do you just smoke a lot of pot? Hey, you know what? If it gets you to read, I don't see what's the bad thing about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's if it makes you read and like, I don't know, just Google and you read. Like, that's like, like 30 words. Read it and you get it, and like, I don't know. I tell everyone, like, read 300 words, write 300 words, do something to make your mind a little bit better. Like, do something like that. Like 300 words. 300 words not that much. It's like a page and a half. If that, a page and like a third, really. But yeah, that's another thing. That's turtles. You can tell my voice is starting to go out. Oh, it was really cool. So I was looking up like Mayan gods, which was like really interesting because there's a Mayan exhibit at Union Station, Kansas City, which I'm going to be going to. When you see this, it'll be the same weekend. So it'll be like Sunday. I'm going to go there before the Chiefs game, like, because it opens up at 10. So I think I can get through like for like in 2 hours before 12 o'clock, so I can maybe get back and watch the Steelers game. Maybe not. And then the Chiefs game's in the afternoon, I believe. And then I think it might be the night. No, I think it's in the afternoon. And then the Ram game's in the afternoon, I believe, too. So, but it's like, I really want to check this out. But I was reading this. It's like, it's really cool because they have this, like, it's called like the Ichuka, and he is this god, and he's the god of the warriors, and he carries a pack and a spear, and he follows, like, he's a spirit that follows like the warriors out when they go into battle, and he takes your souls back to heaven. And he's just this black shaman. It's like one of the coolest fucking things. But I was like just Googling like the different gods and goddesses, because I think that stuff's so interesting, and every culture has their own version of gods and goddesses. for things because they didn't. That was their only way of trying to understand like why does why does it rain? And like, well, maybe it's because like there's like the story behind it. It's like, well, what the fuck are they supposed to do? They have nothing else to do, so they just made this story up of this like, someone loves someone else, but they can't love that person because it's that this person is so jealous because they want their love and their beauty, and so they cast them like and kill them, and so when they kill them, it makes that's what causes the waves because it's their way of being upset. And so it's their way of understanding like why there's waves or why there's rain or why the sun goes down and there's stars in the sky. Like sometimes the sun goes away, like that's a god. Like why does that go away at sometimes? Like they don't understand that the earth was just moving. And then that's insane too that we found out that the earth was moving on an axis around like a bigger thing, that a bigger ball of light, which is it's a star. So that's even weird. That's even weird in itself. Like just odd things. The whole thing's weird. Like if you don't like the fact that we're going and like I can't believe was it they say that the reason why I don't know, the people because gravity, we're going by inertia. Is that what it is? That we're all moving at the same speed as like the earth is rotating. But the fact that it's like why you can be in a train and throw a basketball in the air and it comes right back down to you because of the inertia within the air, I believe, or in the room. So because it's like it's all traveling the same. Even though you're throwing the ball up in the air, that ball is traveling the same speed as like that train that's going 70 miles an hour. Same equivalent. So I don't know if that made any fucking sense, but that's how it works. But like the fact that someone had to like figure that out because that's the math equation, and it's like. But the thing is, again, these are people that didn't have anything else. They didn't have anything else to do. Like, what else are they going to do other than spend their day doing that? Like, figuring out this math equation. It's like, all right, we'll just do that then. All right, Peter's over there in the corner just writing shit down and throwing it away. I don't know. He's talking about something about a train, and if you throw the ball from the air, it doesn't fall. Like, that's the reason why, like, but that's the truth, though. Like, you throw something in the air, and that's the reason why it doesn't, like, go back or go forward. It just goes up and comes back down. Well, that's gravity, of course, but that's also because of, like the everything that's inside of that train basically is inside of like the inertia of like going 70 miles an hour, and so then like that's the reason why it just stays the same. It's crazy. I probably didn't make that. Probably was totally wrong. Totally wrong, but guess what? I'm not a scientist, so like I can say that kind of stuff. And look at me, I'm wearing a white shirt with a flannel. Like I look like a schmuck. So like, what do you expect? Like like I'm just trying to kill time. I'm just like, yeah, I lit some lights up and talking. I got about a minute left. So if you've gotten this far, thank you so much for watching. You just saw the rambling of a man who is slowly going senile. Well, that's funny. If I'm slowly just going senile. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. All right. Well, I'm just gonna go from here. I'm gonna go right for a while, and then I'll be done for the night. All right. Well, bye.